Welcome, welcome, welcome. Another part of the storage webinar series here at the Soligent YouTube channel. We are excited to learn today, like Einstein once said, don't seek to be successful, seek to be valuable. That's exactly what you're doing here today. Solar installer, solar company owner, or just a potential end user customer who's doing your due diligence, or maybe you're a salesperson in the business. You're going to learn a lot of cool stuff today. Ultimately, we're here to promote and become educated and more valuable. Promote our industry. What are we trying to do in this business besides just create a wonderful green economy that everybody can participate in? But in addition to that, every single day, what we're doing with renewable energy and energy storage specifically is really making a big difference in our world, in our environment. Our future is going to be better for our kids and grandkids. And you're becoming more valuable. Like Einstein said, I mentioned it a moment ago. Don't seek to be successful, seek to be valuable. If your goal is on success, you'll always be chasing and chasing and chasing, and maybe just get a hold of it for a second, but it's fleeting. Whereas if you just focus on being valuable, educating yourself, learning as much as possible, the more you know, the more you can help your teammates, your customers, and the more valuable you become. The more valuable and knowledgeable you become through that knowledge, that value transcends into a world of success that you couldn't have achieved if you just tried to be successful. So I love that quote from Einstein. Don't seek to be successful, seek to be valuable. And that's exactly what you're doing here today. Joining us, thank you so much, everyone from LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, joining us here for another edition of the Soligent Storage Webinar Series here at the Soligent YouTube channel. Make sure you like this video, subscribe, click on the link below, comment if you have any questions as well throughout this process. This is a live webinar. And, without further ado, I want to introduce you to one of the most amazing teams in the energy storage business. From Pytes USA, Pytes Energy, Pytes Batteries, available right here at Soligent, by the way. Again, click on the link on down below. We'll connect you with a Soligent rep and connect you with the right bill of materials to help you win the job. But from Pytes Battery, Pytes USA, Pytes Energy, Jonathan Pearson and Mark Wong, we're excited that you're here today. Thank you so much for helping us to become more valuable for ourselves and our customers, and hence more successful. Folks, we're going to learn a lot today about this great, long life, safe lithium iron phosphate technology, 5.1 kilowatt hour increments, so you could customize a system for anybody, has closed loop communication with Solarc and other great inverters, but also open loop capabilities. I won't steal their thunder. New V5 battery with greater discharge and charge capability, built-in heater so you can charge that battery, bringing it up to 40 degrees when it's below freezing and not damage that. Oh, so many bells and whistles, so much value, so many great features and benefits, an amazing team as well. Pytes battery available here at Soligent. So I'm going to go ahead and sit in the back seat, and I'm going to sit down and I'm going to learn and listen because I want to be more valuable too. All right. That's exactly right. So, Pytes team, thank you so much, Jonathan and Mark. God bless you. Go ahead and take it from here. I'll chime in from time to time, though, if you don't mind. If there's a point that you're making that I feel we can accentuate to help our audience again become more valuable, I'll make sure I pop in. But take it from here. And thank you so much for your partnership with Soligent. Thank you so much for this webinar today.
Thank you, Josh. I really appreciate it. We're excited to be here and excited to educate more people on Pytes Energy. In this webinar today, we're going to teach you a little bit more about the background of Pytes. We're going to talk about all of our products that we have available and that are coming here in the soon future in 2024. So we're really excited today to introduce some more adequate people of our team that is very important to our success and what we stand by. So here today, we're going to speak about our Pytes group, our Pytes USA team, our Pytes ESS system for low voltage and high voltage applications, and why you should choose Pytes Energy for your energy source of energy. All right, here we're excited to talk about Pytes Group. Pytes Group is how we first started. Pytes Group has been around for 19 years. So since 2004, we've been manufacturing batteries for both 3C and e-bike applications, which has gotten us the experience to dive into energy storage as well. Here represents our headquarters in Shanghai, in Shandong, and also we have a manufacturing plant in Vietnam as well. This shows all of our global facilities here and exactly where we are internationally. So something I want to highlight other than our manufacturing plants, we have a warehouse that we have products stocked from our manufacturing facilities to the US and LA, in Dallas. We also have a warehouse in Panama City. And we're very excited to announce that we have a warehouse now in Puerto Rico as well. Awesome. So just highlighting kind of where we came from and where we're at now. So we started in the 3C battery manufacturing for personal care, portable electronics, medical equipment, and that evolved into e-bike battery manufacturing as well. So we also manufacture e-bike batteries as well as e-scooters and e-motorcycles. And over the last 5-6 years, we've really dived into energy storage. That has become more popular, and where we're at today. Here on the screen are some of our products that we have that are available. And something to highlight here, we do have a 12-volt series and a portable energy generator that you can charge up and take remotely for more RV applications as well.
I'm curious, Jonathan, for that portable 12-volt series, and forgive me if it's not in front of you at the moment. If not, to share it later, that'd be great. I'm curious how much energy is available. I know there's a lot of systems I see out there that are portable. Generally speaking, it might be 400 watt hours, 800 watt hours, 1.2 kilowatt hours in size, kind of the increments that I see. I see some stuff out there from competition, that can be up to 3 kilowatt hours, et cetera. So I'm curious because a lot of people who go camping in RVs, they might have some CPAPs. And generally speaking, to run the CPAP without the humidifier, it's nothing. 80 watts times 8 hours, 640 watt hours. So literally, 1.8 to 2 kilowatt hours would take care of 3 people if they have CPAPs. Well, a lot of families out there, the mom and the dad have a CPAP, and heck, might even have a kid from college who has a CPAP, all on the RV. So if they go boondocking, yeah, the 12-volt system they have in their RV boondocking will run their lights, etc., and they can run their fridge off propane and whatnot. But for the CPAPs, you might need upwards of 3 kilowatt hours. So I'm just curious, what is your energy storage range of capacity for the portable series?
Yeah, absolutely. I can take a shot at that. Our portable series, they come in different sizes. So we are very big in modularity in different sizes. Energy storage, it's not a one size fits all for every application. So we start, I believe, around 1 kWh to 2 kWh and in between. Those are the increments that we have available. And also, you can pair them with portable solar panels as well so that we can continue charging these things during the daytime and rely on them at night.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. That was a good call out. And I'll be talking more about these other battery systems here throughout the presentation. But highlighting this is kind of where we got our start. Like I mentioned, our Pytes Group through our 3C and our partnerships. Some big partners that we deal with here in the United States: Honda, Bosch, Colette. those are just some of the Fortune 500 companies that we work with and have backing to put more infrastructure and more money into our energy storage, residential, and high voltage systems. This slide illustrates here that we are the #1 e-bike battery provider for the United States. So we're very proud of that. So we have a lot of different things, and this is really where we got our first start here in manufacturing batteries. So we've always just been improving this over the last 19 years. So we really do stand by our quality and experience when it comes to logistics and manufacturing these battery technologies. Awesome. Now I'm going to talk about our Pytes USA team. So our Pytes USA team, we got a great group of individuals here that create an amazing dynamic team. Our fulfillment manufacturers, they're the people in charge of getting product from point A to point B, from manufacturing plant to warehouse here in the United States to our distribution partners. They play a big role in our success. Our product managers, they are our product experts. They help with technical designs as well as troubleshooting and customer service. They are a great part of our team as well. Our regional sales directors, these are people working with installers to make sure that they have everything from the regional side, because every region in the United States is built up of different components and different climates that we need to be aware of when we are designing these systems. And then our sales managers, they're the people that speak to the installers, do the pre-engineering to make sure what the product is that the customer is wanting is going to work correctly. So that is a big part of our team, and we work really well together. Now, I highlighted here a little bit about where our warehouses are situated. LA, Dallas, Panama City, and Puerto Rico. With these different locations, we're able to make sure that we have over 150 pieces of 1,500 pieces of batteries at each location. We are constantly always ordering and getting more things in these locations so that we can service our distribution partners, to service Soligent's customers in 7 days. That is always our maximum lead time, is 7 days, which is quite amazing for this industry. Awesome. Now I'm going to speak a little bit more about our ESS system and our energy storage products. This is our gamut of products here. We got our eBox 48100R series. This is a great product, kind of our standard here in energy storage operations. Below it is the R box, which is an enclosure to house these batteries on wall mount and floor mount. Our V5, which we're really excited about. This is the second gen of the eBox 48100R series. It can do so many things that I'll highlight here later in these slides, but this is a representation of what it looks like. And below it, the VBox OC is an outdoor rated cabinet that we can install 4 of the V5s in, which is a 20 kWh system. We can also combine multiple of these enclosures together to create a bigger system for outdoor use. Here we have the HV 4800R series, or 4800 series, excuse me. This is our high voltage series. We're really excited about this. And this is available now, which is great. And then in the future here, later in Q1 of 2024, we're excited to have our Stack LV series. This is a stackable battery, and I'm happy to highlight that here a little bit in the slide, but this is a representation of what we have to offer for our energy storage solutions. Perfect. Now let me hit some highlights here. So this is our eBox 48100R series battery, 5.1 kilowatt hour battery, very stackable. So we can use these to stack up and stack down to multiple different applications, because it's not one size fits all for all of these off-grid and grid-tied systems. With the modularity, we're able to go into different applications. We have a great voltage range here, which allows us to work with a lot of different inverter partners. Our low battery cutout, 47.5 volts, and our high battery cutout is 47.6 volts. With the LFP chemistry, we're at C over 2. So this means that we have 50 amps continuous charge and discharge current for these batteries. Of course, we also have some surge built in there as well. For 15 seconds, we can surge up to 102 amps DC. We also have CAN bus and our RS 485 communications. This allows us to do closed loop communications with a lot of different inverter partners, which is really great. We're big on closed loop communications here. We think it's the future as far as safety and as far as efficiency goes. So we're really going after as many inverters as we can to try and closed loop communicate with our battery products. Of course, this battery, want to touch on, it has 6,000 cycles in the warranty for 90% depth of discharge, and also comes with a 10-year warranty on top of that. The
And
certification. Oh, go ahead, Josh.
oh, I'm sorry. And folks, I want you to understand that the warranty is 10 years, which is phenomenal, and we're looking 6,000 cycles at 90% depth of discharge. But what if you size a Pytes battery lithium iron phosphate system at 80% depth of discharge? In other words, you oversize your battery bank 20% larger than your max daily kilowatt hours needed from storage. So whatever you need for usable storage, divide by 0.8, which will increase that by 20%. So the battery should just discharge at 80% depth of discharge. What if you do that instead? Generally speaking, and Pyte's team, tell me if I'm wrong, but generally speaking, with lithium iron phosphate, you're looking at maybe 8,000 cycles or so if you have that battery sized at 80% depth. So 90% is a strong capability. But in all reality, if you get strategic in how you're sizing it, you can increase the life cycles by quite a bit just by oversizing your battery 20% larger than your daily need, or at 80% depth of discharge. Am I wrong, or that's correct, right?
You're absolutely right, Josh. The lower percentage that you discharge the battery for longer periods of time, the higher the life expectancy or cycle life is going to be with that product. Excellent call out, which is very great for longevity purposes with this LFP chemistry. Thank you for bringing that up. And I'm going to go right back and just highlight some certifications here with our battery here. The E-Box 48100R series, we have a lot of certifications here that we're very proud of. We have the UL 9540 second edition, the UL that is with Solarc, Solarc 12K, Solarc 15K, and we'll talk about some more orientations with that here later on in this presentation. We have the UL 9540A, which is the fire test safety code, allowing us to install these batteries in very harsh jurisdictions. LA County, for instance. We also have UL 9573, which is a great standard. We're CEC approved, and we have a lot of SGIP opportunities here as well to allow customers to save money on that SGIP program. So speaking of the SGIP, here we are excited to share exactly what you can get when you qualify for this. For instance, when pairing our battery here, the E-Box 48100R with a Solarc 12K, you can install up to 50 kW with one Solarc to qualify for this SGIP, saving quite a bit of money with a large system, which is great. That even increases as you install it with a Solarc 15 kW inverter system. You're able to install a 60 kWh system with that to qualify for S-chip. And also on here, I wanted to point out, we have the capability of using S-chip with the Solarc 8K as well. With that, we have a 10 kW threshold with that S-chip certification opportunities. Perfect. Now, here is a great product here. We're very excited. The V5 is now available. It's a hot product, and we have taken different feedback from our distribution partners, from installers in the field, and also people that are end users that have this at their own home. We've gathered that information and came out with our second generation of the E-Box, which is now the V5. There's a lot of similarities here between the E-Box and V5, but I'm going to tell you some 4 crucial differences on why this is a more superior product. For one, it has a built-in heating pad, which allows us to install in colder temperature environments, allowing us to install in Northern California, northern states, all over areas that will be below freezing in a non-temperature controlled environment. So that is a huge call out, even for off-grid communities for sure. These will allow us to have some more flexibility in our design, as well as give people the opportunity to install LFP chemistry, have been relying solely on lead acids just because of the temperature coefficients with that chemistry. Another big thing here is with a couple firmware updates, we are allowed to now have C1 charge and discharge. So for each battery, we can charge and discharge continuously 100 amps DC. And that combines as you put more batteries in your system as well. Another crucial thing, we're all about closed loop communications here with this product. With the V5, you're actually able to closed loop communicate higher volumes of banks together. That said, you can maximize have a 430 kilowatt hour battery bank with closed loop communications in one system. This is a huge amount of capacity. So we're very excited about that. And then lastly, another huge call out here is we have a Wi-Fi dongle that we're able to hook up with the V5 to do over-the-air firmware updates, as well as remote monitoring. These are huge things because now installers won't need to travel to site to do a firmware update or have clients get frustrated with the firmware update. This can all just happen automatically, which is huge. And we're very excited for this to happen. Other than that, we have very same footprint, other than the actual size and weight of the battery is less, which is great. More energy density per unit. Another big call out here is that it has the same warranty. It has 6,000 cycles at 90% depth of discharge. We just talked about how if you can decrease that number to 80% to less than that, that'll increase the longevity of the battery. But at 6,000 cycles, if this battery bank is discharged every day, that's about 17 years of life expectancy.
And to give you guys a little bit of context on that, in comparison to NMC lithium or nickel manganese cobalt lithium, which is more conducive to thermal runaway cascade failures, it's less safe, of course. But let's just focus on longevity versus Pytes battery, which is lithium iron phosphate. 6,000 cycles at 90% depth of discharge. What was that? Divide by 365, it's 16.43 years, right?
Yep.
You can tell we do that math all the time, but I digress. If you go to an NMC option, so I won't say a name, I won't say a brand name. I'll just say there are a couple of NMC options out there. What the heck? Tesla, SolarEdge, Generac. Those are 3 of the NMC options that are out there. All amazing products, amazing brands. They may be right for certain customers. So, and certain applications, Pytes may or may not be right for everyone. So It's all about customization in our business. We're not talking anyone down, but this is a fact. NMC is less safe and it has a shorter life expectancy. So you look at, for example, SolarEdge advertises a 10-year warranty as an example and 4,000 cycles at 90% depth of discharge. You get 6,000 cycles at 90% depth of discharge with Pytes lithium iron phosphate. If you go 4,000 divided by 365, 10.95 years of life. So someone who's buying a NMC battery that expects 4,000 cycles, and they're explaining to a customer that the return on investment, payoff period, et cetera, the customer's thinking over the life of my system, solar system, 25-year life expectancy, right? That's their vision as far as their ROI is concerned. But if in 10.95 years, a year after the warranty expires, that NMC battery has lost 30% of its capacity, it's now degraded to 70% of capacity available. How's that ROI looking then? Because you kind of have to buy another battery at year 11, year 12, because once it's at 70% for that NMC chemistry, it's going to drop like a rock. That capacity is going to drop like a rock after that. So you're going to have to. So the ROI picture that some of these NMC chemistry companies are putting together for their customers, it's not really penciling out when you account for the second battery purchase that they're really not mentioning on all of their advertisements. So when you look as if you're a consumer or you're an installer trying to explain this value proposition to your customers, it's important to understand if they're considering an NMC chemistry battery, not only is it going to be less safe than the Pytes lithium iron phosphate option, but it's going to be far fewer life cycles. 6,000 versus 4,000 life cycles, lithium iron phosphate versus NMC, both at 90% depth of discharge. It's a 2,000 cycle difference. 2,000 divided by 365, 5.47. That's almost 6 extra years of life versus the NMC chemistry at the same exact same exact depth of discharge. So it's superior safety wise and longevity wise, right, John?
Absolutely correct. That's an amazing shot out there, Josh. Absolutely. For the return on investment, there's really no comparison here. Get a battery that's going to last you for the long run and that's safer. The Pytes Energy solutions here are your go-to, are going to be your go-to solution for that. Now, this slide here represents our closed loop communications with multiple groups of batteries. So we're all about safety. We're all about efficiency, like Josh mentioned here. So this is how we communicate with multiple groups. We have an accessory called the hub. With the hub, we're able to have with the eBox 48100R series, each group is a maximum of 8 batteries in one group. This is illustrated here on this slide. And the hub allows us to combine and communicate with 6 different of these groups. So this gives us a total of 46 batteries, which is 245 kilowatt hours of energy that is closed loop communicating, acting as one system in a close proximity, which is amazing. Now with the V5, this is even upgraded more. So with the V5, each group of batteries is actually 14 pairs and creates one group of a maximum unit. And then we can combine those 6 groups to give us a large bank here, a maximum of 430 kilowatt hours, all closed loop communicating as one system in one group. So the hub allows us to do that, and this is an illustration of this is that the top of the batteries we program to read directly into the hub, which then the hub actually does the communication interface with the inverter system, if it's solar, if it's Victron, or even if it's one of our other closed loop communicating partners.
And Jonathan, I notice on that picture back there, those weren't in enclosures. Over here to
Right.
the right, I see all the beautiful Victron inverters on the wall. Hey,
Yes.
guys, gals, listening right now. It's a big advantage. So they're closed loop communication with lots of partners, inverter partners. But if you have an old Radiant or VFXR 3648A Outback and you want to give them an upgrade and get their lead acid out, and and you need to go in and manually put in all your bulk absorb float charge settings, low voltage cutout, all that. Pytes will give you a cheat sheet for all that. So I see all those Victron inverters, but I see in the middle, those batteries are not in inside enclosures. It looks
Mhm.
like they're almost just stacked up on. You have some really cool accessories that can allow for flexible installation, don't you? And by the way, can you also touch on what installation time, commissioning time looks like with
Yeah.
Pytes batteries versus some of the other players in the industry that have 50 pieces of salad in their bag of salad, and you have to this breaker, this piece, this. It's like, wait a second, that's a lot going on. That makes ordering difficult, installation time longer. Pytes has some advantages and flexibility there. Really cool accessory. It's not an enclosure. What is that? It's stacked almost, huh? Very cool. Talk about that.
Yeah, absolutely, Josh. Thank you for calling that out. That accessory there is our R bracket, which allows us to basically stack these batteries very safely, one on top of the other. For our, those are right there in that picture is our E-Box 48100 R batteries. You can stack 8 of those using the R brackets together in a group. So that is a great representation there of multiple groups using the hub to communicate. A real life example of what the slide is indicating here. The accessories of the R bracket allows us to really have a clean installation, and it's very cost effective. You're not buying these big bulky cabinets that need to be wired so complicatedly together. We're really trying to make it the installation as easy and straightforward as possible, cutting down on that installation time. So, talking with us before you get on site, our product managers are able to talk you through exactly how this is going to work, as well as we will give you a visual of everything being connected together. Soligent has seen this firsthand, and we're always happy to work with their clients on getting them exactly what they need to feel comfortable with their installations ahead of time. We take great pride in trying to simplify the installation. So a system like this, have everything ready to go, visualized in your mind, gone through and talked, everything's on site. A system like this could be commissioned anywhere between, 90 to 180 minutes done properly. And we're always sitting by on the phone 24/7 for communication, or not, excuse me, commissioning questions. We're always happy to help you with commissioning through the system and making sure everything is done properly. In our next slide here, we're going to be talking about exactly what we closed loop communicate with, what we don't, and what we're working on here. So Schneider is the latest inverter partner that we are working on getting closed loop communications with. We do have their comms from their engineering team working with our engineering team, and we're hoping to have closed loop communication available for the Schneider XW Pro, and all of their inverter brands here within the next couple of months. Other things that we open loop communicate right now, we open loop communicate with Outback, and we open loop communicate with Magnum. We have installation guides available and inverter integration guides available online, making this real easy to program and swap out your existing lead acid banks for a newer, safer, more efficient, and easier to install LFP Pytes battery. Everything else on this system, or on this slide, excuse me, is going to be a closed loop communication partner of ours. So Victron, AP Systems, SolarC's probably our biggest closed loop communication partner, Lux Power, SMA, all of these brands, we're able to close loop communicate, having a more efficient system, longer lasting system, and overall more safer system. This talks about our upgrades here to the V5 battery. With the Wi-Fi dongle, we're able to do real-time monitoring, data visualization of energy going in, energy going out of the system. There's even more interfaces when we are closed loop communicating with the inverter system there. We're able to do, like I said, the remote firmware updates, which is a huge part of getting to where we want to be and creating a more atmosphere where it's easier to have the product, easier installation, not going back to the site and installing this firmware, which all of the installers I have horror stories about in one way or another. Also, we're able to see alarms in real time before they happen. So we're able to be more proactive on what's going on in the system too. If for some reason or another a battery is charging over another battery, we're able to dive in and kind of figure out why and provide support with our technical support team on site.
I'm curious, Jonathan, what is, if it's not exact, that's fine, but just ballpark, what's the return rate look like as far as just failures for, under warranty?
Yeah,
I'm guessing it's a very low percentage, isn't it?
absolutely. It's very low. With our interface here, our troubleshooting, we're actually able to hook up laptops directly into the battery bank to give us a real-time outlook into every single group, seeing what's going on with the battery system and running some tests. So if we determine it's a hardware issue, we're able to send, an updated BMS right to site, and have that happen. But we actually probably have 3 out of every 1,000 batteries come back from some fault or some hardware issue that is irreputable to replace in the field. So very low percentage. We really stand by the quality of our batteries. There's even there's 2 BMSs. There's a redundant BMS. If one fails, it can switch over and have a redundant BMS. So there's really a lot of advantages when you do purchase these Pytes products. We really try to be one shop fixes all solution, but of course we are there and available if something is to go wrong to have it deal with it the right way, have it sent back, and send you a new product in the meantime to have it be working and make sure that you're not offline for very long. Here, this is just an example of what we have here with our eBox 48100R, our UL 9540 second edition, going over our cells, making sure that they're safe, and showing you that everything is certified and rolls easy and safe to install. Perfect. So these are some more accessories with the eBox 48100R series. These are our enclosures. So we have the R brackets right there. Like I mentioned, we're able to stack up to 8 of those in one system. But if you need something outdoor, we have options available for that as well. The R Box B is an indoor solution, wall mount. So we're able to wall mount these batteries if the situation calls for that. You can see it in real life here in an installation that we have had in the past. Our R Box IP69. This is a wall mount good for indoor and outdoor solutions. Real life photo there as well. We got the R Box OC. This is our indoor or outdoor solution, pairing 4 batteries where you don't need any busing. All the busing is done inside of the unit. So you just need input and output cables to go to your inverter, as well as communication cable if you are closed loop communicating. And then we have the Forest RB, which is 6 batteries all paralleled inside of one system. This is just for indoor use only. Perfect. So with the V5, different footprint means we need a different enclosure applications. So with that, we also have our V5 bracket. With that, you can install up to 6 batteries, no problem. We also have our enclosures, the V-Box IC. This is more for indoor. It comes built in with busing so that you don't need to do any external busing. You'll just need to run your home run cables to your inverter system. And then for the V-Box OC, this is our outdoor rated solution. So we're very happy about this. This coincides with the heating pad that's built into the battery to allow us to install in these harsher environments. Outside, no problem at all. And we can even combine multiple of these enclosures to build up to bigger systems if needed for off-grid or battery backup situations. Perfect. This is kind of our timeline of what we have going on here. So V5 available right now. Call up Soligent. They're happy to help you. Their team is excellent, very sharp, able to dial in your designs and get you exactly what you need. For our Wi-Fi monitoring dongle, that's coming out here in January, early January. We're foreseeing here. Also in early January, we're having our outdoor rated enclosure for the V5 that will be able to house 4 batteries, 20 kWh, and that's be coming out, as well as our certifications here, SCHIP certifications for the V5. That's going to be coming out and actually is available now, which is really great. So that's available now. So we are able to work with that. Our high voltage solution, we can place orders now. This will be coming out here at the beginning of next year in January. We're really excited. There's a lot of momentum towards high voltage in the commercial and even some in residential applications. So we're really excited about that battery offering.
Definitely.
Lastly,
Yes. High voltage. I thought that
yeah.
isn't that an AC/DC song? I'm pretty sure it
Oh yeah.
rocks. High voltage is more than just an AC/DC song. Just
Oh
like
yeah.
denial isn't just a river in Egypt, right? So high voltage battery systems. Why do we need high voltage battery systems, right? Well, the answer is this: three-phase projects, 208 volt three-phase or 480 volt three-phase. Got for 208, got the 30K Solar. So much flexibility, demand charge relief, peak shaving, battery backup, islanding. Phenomenal product. PV, AC coupled, DC. I mean, phenomenal. Imagine AC coupling storage to a three-phase commercial solar customer that didn't have a solution 5 years ago. You can do that right now. Why high voltage? Well, the 30K solar converter that puts out 208 volt three-phase power, or the 480 volt three-phase power that comes out of the 60K solar, they require higher voltage battery systems on the DC side. So, for example, the 30K solar requires 300 volts DC or higher. The 60K solar requires 600 volts DC or higher on the battery side. We got your back though with Pytes battery and their high voltage solution. In addition, your engineering support. So if you have a three-phase project, you're an installer that's mostly done residential, but you're trying to grow your business and you have this opportunity come across your desk or a lead comes in the office where it's like, you know what? We normally wouldn't go after this business, this three-phase commercial business, but we just saw a Pytes webinar on the Soligent storage webinar series that talked about how they have an engineering team that will walk through all the details, come up with a total bill of materials. And our reps like Vicki Wallace, who's on here right now, we'll talk to Vicki in just a moment, a little testimonial about some happy customers using Pytes. Our reps from Soligent will then be able to get you all of the materials needed to have a successful three-phase project. So that's why you need high voltage, but never fear, the solution is right here at Soligent with Pytes battery. We have it available. So anywho, back to you, John. Thank you so much.
Oh, no problem, Josh. Excellent call out there. And we foresee a lot more popularity in these high voltage systems coming 2024. So we're trying to get in front of it, have a solution. We tested the solution internationally many of times, and now it's ready and available for purchase at Soligent. Now, another battery, our latest and greatest, going to be in our low voltage family here is our stackable battery solution. These batteries you're able to stack one on top of the other and it just builds up. There's no bussing needed. It just automatically busses as soon as you stack it on top of each other. The only thing that you'll have to wire is communications and the home runs at the very top. But this will be in increments of 10 kilowatt hours to 30 kilowatt hours. So great for the residential side, easy to install, which is always one of our values at Pytes.
Did you say 10 kilowatt hours for this new
Yes.
option, this new stackable?
Mm-hmm.
So literally click, click, click like Lego bricks. And
Yep, absolutely.
does it require, like some of the other stackable options that are similar out there on the market, does it require an additional BMS unit at the top? Or is the BMS just built in? And it's, what does that look like?
So the BMS is built in throughout. It actually will come with the very top unit is where it does all of its protocol and in communicating throughout the battery bank itself, as well as the inverter system. So when you purchase the minimum 10 kilowatt system, it'll come with that top.
So you get the BMS. It's not an extra piece you have to buy. Very
Correct.
cool. You hear that, folks? That's an advantage. Last time I heard, that's called an advantage. That's a differentiator right there. I love it. I love it. Awesome. Well, thank you for expounding on that.
Yeah, not a problem. And I will explain a little bit more about that system here. We have some more cool slides coming up. Awesome. So this, I'm just going to highlight here some of the high voltage components here in our high voltage offering. We have the BCU, which controls the switch gears for the interactions between the inverter system and the battery bank. The BMU is going to be the battery bank throughout. Right now, we have available an 8-stack cabinet. Very soon in the near future, we're going to have a 16-stack cabinet be available. And we're really excited about this to be able to be compatible with both the Solarc 60 kW. Right now, this is compatible with the Solarc 30 kW, which is available on the market. So we're very excited about this. These very same cells that we have in the V5, similar, very similar footprint. So yeah, and we're going to be able to have a minimum requirement of 25 kW for the system to 15 kW for one single stack. Or not 15 kW, 15 units, which is, gosh, math's tough right now. Quite a bit. Let's
Hold
see.
on. 15 times 5.12? 5.12? Okay, so
Yes, sir.
15 times 5.12 is 76.8 kilowatt hours, my friend. I've always, here at Soligent, we have got our calculators ready to go. So I'm here for you. I got your back, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you, Josh. I really appreciate that. But we're really excited about this offering. So this is highlighting exactly what we were just talking about with the stackable batteries. You stack, click, stacking up to 30 kWh here in one stack. Some other highlights here. Each of these stacks are, once again, 100 amp hours. We have a voltage range between 44.8 and 47.6 volts. That is low battery and high battery cutout. Once again, we have the exact same warranty here because it is utilizing the same cells. This is going to be for an indoor rated enclosure and is going to be available here coming out in Q1 of next year. We're very excited about that, and we'll have some more presentations here soon about the compatibility as well as interfacing it in real time.
Yeah, and again, folks, this will save you on install time, lowering labor costs, making you more competitive, more successful, and helping save your customers more money, right?
Absolutely. With these installations, always one of the biggest costs is labor. So if we can cut down on that labor time, we can cut down on that project cost, and we'll be able to install more systems. That's always the eventual goal of growing with our clients. Here's just some shout outs here of projects that we've done. This are all utilized here with equipment that we've talked about already in this presentation. We're happy to also send Soligent a bunch of these examples to share either on their website or with their clientele. Always happy to show you the success that we've had so you can feel confident in our products. Now, big question here, why Pytes? It's because of 4 big degrees here. We are installer friendly. We work really hard to formulate relationships with our installer partners, with our distribution partners, but ultimately one of our goals is to have equipment that is easy to install in the field and causes not very many issues when you go to commission it, if any. So also, big thing, we care about our quality of product. We've been around here for 19 years, constantly improving our product based upon feedback we hear in the field and feedback that we have from clients, as well as our own internal feedback of how we can improve. We're always looking to improve our products here, and that is why we really take quality to heart. Now, we also have great service. Josh has highlighted here some of our projects that we've worked on with Soligent here with Vicky. We've worked very hard on making sure that the clients, we have a BOM, a line diagram, so the installer and the person who's purchasing the equipment all feel very comfortable. But not only that, not only is it pre-engineering, it's post-engineering. We have 24/7 customer support ready and available, ready to help commission systems. You're there on the weekends, you got to commission the system, no problem. We got your back. And lastly, what I want to highlight here is we're always trying to improve our manufacturing process as well. So we can not just increase margins, but pass on savings. We want to be the leader and be able to have a product that has a good price so we can make more projects with our installer base, so we can spread energy and really fight here to be a key contributor to alternative energy.
Perfect timing that you mentioned our all-star at Soligent, my friend, your friend, ladies and gentlemen, Vicky Wallace. We love her. She's amazing. She's got amazing experience in our industry, and just fantastic that she's on the call today. And this happens to be a Pytes battery webinar at the Soligent webinar series, because Vicky, talk a little bit about that, if you don't mind, kind of a testimonial on behalf of our new customers that have decided to go with Pytes and the experience that they've had utilizing Pytes through Soligent. Vicky, if you don't mind.
Yep. So Pytes was new to me. Also, Josh introduced Pytes to me. And I've had a couple different customers who we actually have 2 shipments on the road. So I'm excited for those to land so they can install and we actually get some super good feedback. I have 2 more coming. And then I had a larger commercial project that you guys were so helpful with. That one was a 400 kW and another is a 200. It's actually one project where it's an off-grid restaurant. And most of these projects have been being worked through a customer of ours, Brooke and brick canner at Offline and who is an avid installer of battery. So he felt super confident from all the material that he saw to utilize Pyte, in addition to the pricing, which was super competitive. That was actually way less expensive than bringing in the grid relative to the off-grid restaurants. So we're still finalizing on those. But yeah, we're super excited. I can't wait for everybody to get stuff, you know. And I'm here again today just to go over it and make sure that I understand all the bits and pieces so I can continue helping people. And the Pytes crew has been awesome. I mean, I send emails to you guys and you send me back very specific information with bills of materials and pictures. And our Joe is on here too, Josh. And Joe has been really helpful in addition. So yeah, so thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Vicky. You rock. That's what I'm talking about. We got the best team, man. Vicky Wallace, Joe Pizer, and an amazing sales team as well with support. We are one team here, and when you work with Soligent, you get the best of the. I know I sound like Kiss. You wanted the best, you got the best. Soligent. Serious though, we love you, and we want to make sure you have the best experience possible to our customers that are tuning in right now. Thank you very much for being here. And you heard it from Vicky there. I mean, our customers are loving working with Pytes Battery. Available right here at Soligent, folks. Click on the link below or email me storage@soligent.net. I'll connect you with Vicky, and you can have a Pytes Battery solution available for your customer too. Letting us know how easy it is. That support, total bill of materials. I'm talking, here's the bus bars you need. Here's the, here's the breaker that you need. It's like, whoa, the single line wiring diagram. Like, wow, I see companies do stuff like that at that level, mainly just for big jobs. But we're talking little small 10 kilowatt hour jobs that you guys are doing this for, all the way up to these big 400 kilowatt hour storage jobs. I mean, it doesn't matter how small or big, you treat every customer and every situation like it's a big customer. It's just phenomenal. So thank you for that testimonial, Vicky. And folks, again, reach out to me, storage@soligent.net. I'll connect you with Vicky, Joe, our amazing team here at Soligent, and the Pytes team, and we will customize a solution for you. Definitely. Right on, Jonathan. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Vicky. A great shot out there. You know, with these higher kWh systems, it really makes a lot of sense to go with Pytes because of their affordability, their quality, and service. You know, that's where we really see us winning a lot, is with these bigger systems. Awesome. And why Pytes? We believe in our quality. You know, with our 19 years of experience, we've been able to find the right cell carriers and be able to have tier 1 EV LFP grade A cells. You know, when we manufacture the modulars that go with our energy storage equipment, we also manufacture the BMS in-house as well. So we are the sole proprietors of this technology, which is great. You know, you're not going to get BMS like this from any of our other competitors. It is made in-house with Pytes care. Another thing, we also test all of our batteries before they're shipped out from our manufacturing plant to our warehouse. We do a 1 cycle test as well as a 48-hour analysis on exactly what the batteries are doing through its BMS, passes the quality check control going out. So we make sure all of our products are tested before they end up in the hands of our distribution partners. You know, why Pytes? It's because we're very installer friendly. You know, we gather feedback and are always trying to constantly improve the in-field experience. With our modular designs, we're able to scale down and scale up to these larger projects with using our solutions. Very much care about flexibility, because once again, with energy storage, off-grid, battery backup, one size doesn't fit all. So with our expertise, we're able to create these custom flexible energy storage designs that we're able to pass on to our clients, as well as monitoring software. So our monitoring software, we're very excited about. With this, we're going to be proactive and catch problems before they come. And if there are problems with outcomes, we can still plug in and do troubleshooting through a laptop, plugging directly into the BMS of your battery bank to see exactly what's going on and get some real feedback. So we're not guessing, we know what's going on. And so we're able to process that support in the field to the installers that need it the most. Why Pytes? You know, like I mentioned, we have this feedback loop. We're always trying to gather more information. Here's questions on why people only go grid tied without storage. You know, 9 out of 10, the percentages here don't lie. It's price. Price is always the biggest facilitator on why people do not want energy storage. It's expensive, but how can we cut down on it? You know, providing a better experience and cheaper labor costs in the field, you know, working hard on our manufacturing process to cut down the price, to pass on the savings to our clients, to, you know, gain more market share here and be a solution to the answer why not, why is it too expensive? Being the leader and bringing that question down and the percentages down and being a better return on investment as a product. That's why you choose Pytes Energy. Perfect. Why Pytes? Quality and performance. You know, what we can provide to our team, to our clients. Could you please mute? Okay, thank you. We do on-site training. We do webinar trainings. We want people, since we are the holders of our own proprietary technology, we want to educate people on being the masters of our technology as well. With this, we do webinars, on-site trainings. Our documentation to our products are very easy to find. All of it's on our website. And we also have Google Drives that very well lay out spec sheets, certifications, as well as installation manuals to cut down on time of finding this information. We try to make this information as accessible as possible. Like I mentioned, our technical support 24/7. So we're able, weekends, late nights, we're there and we have your back when you're going to commission these systems or have questions. You know, with our warehouses being located all over, we're able to bring down shipping time to 7 days. So, you know, you got a project that you need installed, need a solution, we got your back. And what we do also is we do co-marketing support with Soligent. You know, this is itself is a great opportunity. So we're always working on co-branding and working together to educate more people about Pytes Energy, and that's why Pytes. And honestly, we want to hear more about your stories. If you have installed these batteries before, we'd love to hear from you. We're running a promotion right now where you can get cash back for Google reviews and sharing photos of your installation, up to $200 cash back when you do share your stories with us. We're always looking for new customer testimonials, and we love seeing our projects being installed. And these are some of the events that we're going to be at this year. We're excited to see you guys. Come say hi to us. We'll be at RE Plus. We'll be at NABSAB. We'll be at Intersolar. And we'll be at the battery show. So, you know, we're not shy at all. Come say hi to us, and we're happy to talk with you guys and educate you a little bit more. And, you know, always happy to answer any questions you have at any time. Perfect. And now I'm going to open it up What do you guys got? It's Q&A time.
Well, if it's okay, could I
Yeah.
run through a value proposition real quick?
Yes.
Because I promised people that as a part of the Soligent Storage webinar series, our awesome, amazing partners from Pytes Battery here with us today. Thank you very much, your entire team. We really appreciate you guys. Just your level of support is phenomenal. But I promised everybody that part of the Soligent Storage webinar series would contain the ability to become more valuable. That is to your customer. Yes. How can you be more valuable if you can't explain the value proposition to the customer, right? So I promised that in this webinar, we would help people learn how to sell energy storage. So I'd like to talk for just a moment, real quick, before we go to Q&A, a strategy that if you're an installer out there or solar company, or even a homeowner tuning in and you're just trying to learn more. Here is a great way to use energy storage without solar. What? Why would I do that? Yeah, of course. Why would you do that? If PV is at a great price and it makes sense for you and your property, get PV, get solar. But not everybody can have solar. But they still have rising per kilowatt hour rates from their utility on their electric bills, and they can utilize what is called standalone storage. And most people don't know this, but standalone storage, that is energy storage without solar, just storage, right? So, well, with an inverter, obviously, you can't just plug a battery into a house. But here's the strategy I'd like to run through. Just put this in your mind, plant this seed as you're having your next meeting with your team or your business partners, trying to figure out a way, how can we grow our business in the midst of California, for example, NEM3? How can we grow our business in the midst of what is kind of a downturn, right? Well, one strategy, standalone storage, and I'm going to run through that value proposition real quick. So now this price estimate, it could be higher, it could be a little lower. So I'm just using this as an example, folks. But imagine that your upfront estimated cost for 10 kilowatt hours of standalone storage, 2 Pytes batteries, and a solar converter plus installation. Again, there could be other variables. It could be more than this. But as an example, we're going to call that $15,000. It could be less because the installation time is a lot less than other partners out there, so it could even be less. But let's just say it's about 15,000, okay? Estimated upfront cost minus the 30% federal tax credit for standalone storage. That's a solar converter, 2 Pytes batteries, installation. And if you take off the 30%, you're looking at $10,000. Well, at 90% depth of discharge for the Pytes batteries, that's 6,000 life cycles. So if you take the $10,000 upfront cost divided by all the life cycles, 1 cycle per day, that's going to be $1.66 average per day cost, spread out, including that 30% tax credit over the 6,000 life cycles, or 6,000 divided by 365 is 16.43 years. So imagine this. You take your 10 kilowatt hours of storage. You charge the battery up from the utility when the rates are cheapest, say 8 cents a kilowatt hour. At 8 cents a kilowatt hour, you charge that up 10 kilowatt hours. You're looking at 80 cents cost per day to recharge the 10 kilowatt hours. Then imagine this, discharging that 10 kilowatt hours of standalone energy storage to your load, say from 5 to 9 p.m., when the rates are costing 40 cents per kilowatt hour. Okay, that right there can save you $4 per day. Then subtract your 80 cents per kilowatt hour charging cost in the cheaper times when the utility is charging less, the grid cost, and now you're looking at an average daily savings of $3.20. Now subtract from that the $1.66 per an average cost that we figured out in the beginning from that upfront investment, and your average estimated total daily profit after savings, investment, and upfront cost included is $1.54 per day. $1.54 per day times 6,000 life cycles means it pays for itself. You have emergency load battery backup. You're helping the grid. You're doing good for the environment. Oh, yeah. And standalone storage, that it equals out to a profit after 16.43 years or 6,000 cycles of $9,240. That is an amazing return on investment. And that did not include solar PV array at all. It was standalone storage. So contact me, storage@soligent.net. My calculator is ready, and we will figure out how we can explain this value proposition to your customers as well, so that they can see, hey, I can't have PV array. Yeah, but you still have a high bill. Let's talk about how standalone storage can save you money on your electric bill, not even including solar. Let's say trees surround the property, the roof's not, maybe there's an HOA that doesn't allow it. It is possible. Standalone storage is a way for everybody to participate in this clean energy revolution that we're a part of. So forgive me for the numbers, the math. You can pause it, slow it down, watch the video later to learn more at our Soligent storage webinar series at the Soligent YouTube channel. Or heck, let's do a one-on-one call. I'll explain that to you. We'll run through all the numbers so that you know how to provide that value proposition for your customers for standalone storage. But really, that is a gigantic opportunity for folks to grow their business right now when solar is down. Am I wrong, Pytes team?
Not wrong at all, Josh. That is great value right there.
That's awesome. Well, I knew I was right. I just threw it out there to see what you would say. Good answer. No, seriously, that's what's great about math. Math never lies. And energy storage is all about energy in versus energy out. So contact us. We'll help you do the math, explain the value proposition, and help you win with energy storage. We've got some other folks that were on the call today. Want to thank Scott. Thank you so much for being on today. Do you have any additional questions? I believe you asked about fastening. Oh, there's one that we didn't answer. So what is the process, Scott asked, for adding new inverters to the compatibility list to work with Pytes? Just contact you guys and go through that process, or what's the process there?
Yeah, Chris is our product manager, and he will answer this question here. Chris, can you answer it? Hello, Chris.
I'm not sure if Chris is on, but
okay. So I can explain. So first, if a customer they have a new requirement for a new inverter, so they can connect with us directly for the technical things. So we will test the new inverter quality first, because we want to make sure this inverter is good, the quality is okay, and they are compatible well with our battery. Then we will talk with this inverter company and to strengthen the party, the code list, this kind of process. So that's the whole process. So first we will check the inverter name and brand and the background first. Then we think, okay, this inverter is great inverter company. Then we will test the quality and everything's okay. So we'll buy this in our compatible list.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. And Scott got your message. Absolutely. We will see you at InterSolar. And you're going to be at InterSolar too, right, Pytes team?
Yep, we're really excited. We have most of our team out there, so definitely come say hi. I'd love to maybe go out to dinner with you guys, take you guys out, and as well. Always look forward to being with you guys, and maybe stop by your tent as well. Do some more co-branding opportunities as well at InterSolar.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Well, Mark, Jonathan, the entire Pytes team as well. We have folks from all around the world that are joining us here today. You have a great team, guys. Thank you so much for being on. Tell Echo I said hello. Thank you so much. Soligent team members, Joe, Vicky, for being on here. Also, as well, if you just tuned in and just got on the webinar and you missed anything, we're going to have this recording uploaded to the Soligent Storage Webinar Series at the Soligent YouTube channel. But you're not alone. Email me. I'm Josh Brum, Energy Storage Manager here at Soligent, at your service. Email me storage@soligent.net. That's storage@soligent.net. You can also call my cell, folks, at 707-835-6567. That's 707-835-6567. We'll do a one-on-one training. Pytes team, you're willing to join us one-on-one with our installer customers that want to do a individual customized training for their team, let's say. I know you're game to join us for that. Absolutely. Excellent. Well, thank you so much.
Josh, we might have a couple more just visuals. We love visuals here. So
let's check it out. Yeah. When you've got great stuff to brag about, we want to see it. Let's go.
Absolutely. I think Vicky will be very excited about this.
So can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. So because we have some new installer will use our Soligent will use our product, so we do some simple wall diagram here. So like SOARC, so we as a SOARC as a for example like 5K to 12K and 50K. So they have different port here. So we did a little simple wire diagram. So like 5K plus 2 pieces Pytes battery here. So we will list some BOM here, like what kind of accessory you need for a simple system, like 1 pair bus bar, and 2 pair of rack, and 2 pieces battery, these things. And if you want a look good appearance, so we will recommend the R-Box, which can put in 2 pieces battery inside it and connect the SOARC. So we have different, you can see the capacity. So we have different tools here. So like, for example, if you want outdoor version cabinet, as we mentioned, as I just mentioned, that we also supply the R-Box OC. That's a 4 pieces battery cabinet, 20 kWh system. So you can use this cabinet and the 4 piece battery and add another communication cable and connect up. So it's very easy and very easy for you to see, oh, how many accessories I need for a simple system like this. And this are some similar things, so I'll skip it. And this is our RB, and we also will share the RB system, what kind of accessory or BOM we need. So I just share it very soon, because I will share this thing to the Soligent, and any installer they are interested in the what kind of things you need, you can ask Soligent, Vicky, Joe, Josh, and you can ask them for this kind of slide. So besides this, we also have project cases. So because as we mentioned, then we did a lot project cases. For example, as a SOARC. So this is rack. This R bracket, V bracket, R box, different battery have different accessory. So we have some project cases in different states of the USA, like Puerto Rico, like Hawaii. So you can see here, we can install battery on the wall mount directly. Don't need any rack or cabinet. So for example, some customer very careful the cost. So we can also do it. And we also did some projects in the Oklahoma, California, Michigan, Indiana, Panama, Oklahoma. So the most of states of the USA were already done, and we also have projects in Canada, in Dominican Republic, Jamaica, the Latin America, Caribbean country. So you can see here, we also did a lot of this kind of farm project or the big house project, because the big house project, they very careful, or the farm project care for the ROI. So this our battery supply a very good cost-effective solution, which can help them to get back the money as soon as possible. So, okay, you can see then without some installer cases here. And this is right now it's only one V5, because the V5 is a new product for us. So this is only one V5 project here. And you can see this is a soft cooper of the V5. So it's easy for customer or installer to design the cable and how long you want, how big the current you want to use. And you can see here, it's very clearly for the customer to click to connect and to design. That's all. I just want to share some installation guide and project is here.
That's a good call out, Mark. Yeah, with the V5, also to highlight, the connections aren't Amphenol connections. They're Phoenix connectors, so we're actually able to have regular cables being hooked up, just as similar as it would be to hook up into the solar battery port as well. So it's a lot more flexible, and we're able to use, or installers are able to use custom cables to hook it up directly.
That's all I want to share. So, Joseph, do you want to say something?
Excellent.
Josh?
Great job.
Yeah. Thank you.
Great job. Well, I think we're at the end. Wow. Time flies when you're having fun. That's
Sure
what
does.
I'm talking about. Well, folks, you can rewind this, but you can also contact us again, and we'll connect you with Pytes Battery and our crew here at Soligent to have training personalized for you, especially if you're a solar company, an installer, small, medium, large, whatever, where you were just uber successful under NEM 2, and now NEM 3 has come, and you're worried. You don't know what to do. You don't quite know how to capitalize on what is required to succeed now, and that's energy storage. So how do you do it? We'll teach you. You're not alone. We'll hand in hand. We will hold your hand the entire way. We're going to help you. Pytes, they've got your back. Soligent, we've got your back. We want you and your company. Right, Jonathan, exactly. These companies have worked so hard, many of them very successful, and no fault of their own, because of the CPUC and, just policy changes going on. NEM 3 comes in, and it's just, wow. How are you going to be successful now? Well, batteries. That's how you're going to be successful. And you're not going to just go to one training and boom, now I'm a battery expert. I have a lot to learn myself still, and I've been doing it since 2006. And so it takes hard work. You have to study. You've got to do webinars like this here at the Soligent Storage Webinar Series. You've got to take advantage of trainings, but the best way to do it is just to do it, right? Someone said the other day, I finally figured out how to figure it out. Well, you're not on your own. You don't have to figure it out on your own. We will help you figure it out on how to figure it out, right? We're going to help you. We've got your back. So you want to have that training, holding your hand project by project. We're here for you, and we're going to make sure that you have the support you need to succeed. So thank you so much. everyone who joined us today. I'll close, if you don't mind, back to where we started. Einstein's quote, which is, "Don't seek to be successful, but seek to be valuable." And we do that by education and knowledge. The more knowledgeable you are, the more valuable you are to yourself, your teammates, and your customers. And the more valuable you are for yourself, your teammates, and your customers, the more successful you'll just happen to be, right? And so we want you to be successful, but you have to do your part. You have to invest in your knowledge. You have to join us here at the Soligent webinar series and other opportunities to learn that are out there. You have to put in the time to learn and to do. The only way to do it is by doing. The only way to learn really is by doing, to gain that knowledge. So do your best to join us for these learning opportunities, but then reach out to us. Give us an opportunity here at Soligent and Pytes. Give us an opportunity. Give us a lead you have with the information that we need from that customer. We'll empower you with the total bill of materials. We'll work with you and your team on how to sell that value proposition and explain that value proposition to the homeowner. And after you do a few of those, you'll get confident, and then boom, the sky's the limit for you and your business, man. We're going to do this together. So thank you so much for joining us, everyone. Thank you for choosing Soligent and Pytes Battery. Pytes, thank you so much. Pytes Energy, Pytes Battery, Pytes USA, for joining us, you and your team from around the world. We love you. We appreciate you taking your time to help invest in us to become more valuable. Thank you. And Soligent team, thank you for being here as well. You're tuning in and you've just listened to and viewed and experienced an amazing opportunity to learn, but rewind it, reach out to us, watch it again, email me storage@soligent.net, and we'll do a one-on-one training for you and your team. So thank you so much for joining us as a part of the Soligent Storage webinar series here at the Soligent YouTube channel. I'm Josh Brum, Energy Storage Manager with Soligent, your total clean energy solution provider. So thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Soligent.